Hamming code. Hamming code is a set of error correction codes which can be used to detect as well as correct the errors. So this Hamming code is developed by R.W. Hamming for error correction mechanism. What does this Hamming code is going to use means, this code simply uses the extra parity bits to allow the identification of an error. Okay. So here the main thing is that we are going to use the parity bits for identification of an error, and then we are going to correct that particular error. So first of all, we will be looking after the algorithm. We have some 5 to 6 steps. So after looking after the algorithm, we then go for the solving of a problem using Hamming code. Okay, that is detecting and correcting the error using Hamming code. So the algorithm will be more clear when we are going to discuss about the example. So let us now see the first step. The first step is write the bit position starting from 1 in binary form. That is, whenever a data unit has been given, for each and every bit we are going to write the bit positions. That is, for the first position we will be writing 001, for the second position we will be writing 010, for the third bit position we will be writing 011, and so on. While writing like this, all the bit positions which are power of 2 are marked as parity bits. So in the total bit positions we will be marking some bit positions as parity bits, and how to mark those as parity bits means, the powers of 2, that is 2 power 0, first bit position is first parity bit, and 2 power 1 second bit position is second parity bit, 2 power 2 fourth bit position is third parity bit, 2 power 3 eighth bit position is fourth parity bit, and so on. Okay. Next, the third step is all the other bit positions other than these positions which are given by parity bits are marked as data bits. Let us see the decimal number and its corresponding 4-bit binary number. For 0 we know that it is 0000, for 1 we have 0001, for 2 we have 0010, and so on up to 15 we have 1111. So why we are discussing this means it will be helpful in our further discussion. So now let us see the fourth step of the algorithm. Each data bit is included in a unique set of parity bits as determined by its bit position in the binary form. Don't worry if it is not understood, I will tell you with an example. Okay. So we told that we will be identifying the parity bits, right, in this second step. So the parity bit 1 covers all the bits positions whose binary representation includes 1 in the least significant position. So if you see here, which binary representations are having 1 in the least significant position? So this position is called least significant position, and this position is called most significant position. That is, this is called least significant bit LSB, and this is called most significant bit MSB. So which decimal numbers are having 1 in the least significant bit position? So this 1 is having 1 in the last, and 3 is having 1 in the last, and 5, and then 7, and then 9, and then 11, right? So for this reason we are writing this one as 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. Okay. So parity to bit, this second parity bit covers all the bit positions which are having 1 in the second position from the least significant bit. So we should have 1 in the second position from the least significant side. So here we are having 2, for 3 we are having the second bit as 1, and that is 2, 3, and then let us see 6, 7, 10, 11, right? So like that. So 2, 3, 6, 7, 10, and 11. So parity bit 4 covers what? The bit positions 1 in the third position from the least significant bit. So from decimal number 4 to 7 we have 1 in the third position from the least significant bit, from 12 to 15, from 20 to 23, etc. So parity bit 8 covers all the bit positions which are having 1 in the fourth position from the least significant bit. So those kind of binary numbers are from 8 to 15, 24 to 31, 40 to 47, etc. Okay. So in general what we will do is, each parity bit covers all the bits where the bitwise end of that particular parity bit position and the bit present in that position is non-zero. That is, if you do the bitwise AND operation for the parity position and the bit position, if you do these bitwise AND operation and if you get non-zero, then that parity bit covers all those bits. Okay. And the fifth step in the algorithm is, so we know that we are going to follow two types of parities, that is even parity and odd parity. Let us assume that we are following even parity. So in solving the problem also we will assume that we are following even parity. So if we are following even parity, if there are odd number of ones, what we will do? We will be putting an extra one. If there are even number of ones, what we will do? We will append it with a 0, right? So this details will be given by the step 5 and step 6. So the more diagrammatical representation, if you see, so R1, that is the redundant bit 1, sees the position or covers the positions of 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. R2, redundant bit 2 or parity bit 2 covers 2, 3, 6, 7, 10, 11. R3 covers 4, 5, 6, 7 and R4 covers 8, 9, 10 and 11. Okay, let us go for the detailed example. Let us consider an example of where we are having the total number of data bits are 7, that is the value of M is 7. The total number of redundant bits are 4. So how did we get the total number of redundant bits as 4? So if you remember the equation, 2 power r is greater than or equal to m plus r plus 1. So here the r value 4 satisfies that particular equality condition. So what are the total number of bits which are sent by the sender? M plus r. So what is 7 plus 4? 11. Now we told that the redundant bits are placed at the positions corresponding to the powers of 2, that is 2 power 0 which is at 1st position, 2 power 1 means 2nd position, 2 power 2 4th position and 2 power 3 8th position. So let us assume these are all the data bits. Okay. So we have total number of bits are 11 bits, right? So D1, D2, D3, D4 so on up to D11. But our question is, where should we place these redundant bits, right? So we already told that at the powers of 2. So 2 power 0 means at first position we are placing R1. So what is the second redundant bit? We have to place it at 2 power 1 means second position we are placing R2. And what is the third redundant bit where we have to place? 2 power 2 means at the 4th bit position. So this is the 4th bit position, right? So we are specifying R4. And the last redundant bit should be specified at 2 power 3 means 8th bit position. So at 8th bit position we are specifying R8. Don't get confused, because to represent the bit position we are specifying the redundant bit as R1 and this one as R2 and this one as R4 and this one as R8. Okay, but the total number of redundant bits we have only 4, right? So now let us assume that the original data to be transmitted by the sender is 1011001. So we simply place these values as it is, that is 1 0 1 1 0 0 and 1. So we already know how to put the redundant bit positions in 1 2 4 and 8th positions. So now what should we do? We have to determine the value at R1, the value at R2, the value at R4 and the value at R8. So after determining the values of R1, R2, R4 and R8, we will fill those positions with either 1 or 0. That is, here we can have either 1 or 0, 1 or 0, 1 or 0 and 1 or 0. So to fill this R1 with 1 or 0, now we have to follow some procedure, and to fill this R2 with 1 or 0 we have to follow one procedure. Similarly for R4 and R8. So after identifying what kind of bits we have to present in the places of R1, R2, R4 and R8, so finally we will add these redundant bits also along with this original data bits M. Okay, so finally we will do M plus R. Okay, so now let us see the process of how we are going to find out the value of R1. So first of all we have to determine the parity bit R1. So we already told that in the algorithm R1 bit is calculated using the parity check at all the bit positions whose binary representation includes 1 in the least significant bit. So now let us see which of the bit positions have 1 in the least significant position. We already discussed, right? So for R1 we have at 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. Okay. So at 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. So now let us go for our data representation. So at bit position 1, What is there here? R1. Okay, so put R1. At bit position 3, what we have? 1. So put 1. At bit position 5, we have 0. So put 0. At bit position 7, we have 1. So put 1. At bit position 9, we have 1. And at bit position 11, we have 1. So now what we have to find? We have to find the value of R1, whether it is 0 or 1. So we already told that we are following what? Even parity. So if we are following even parity, the total number of ones in this complete unit must be equal to even numbers. So what are the total number of ones? 1, 2, 3 and 4. So the total number of ones are even. So to make this complete thing as an even parity, what we have to add now? We have to add 0 to make this as even parity. So now the value of R1 will be 0. Okay. So finally the parity bits value of R1 will be 0. So I hope you understood, right? So let us go for R2. It will be more clear. So which bits we have to check for R2? For R2 we have to check for 2, 3, 6, 7, 10 and 11. So now see, for R2 what we are going to do? We are going to check the value set 2, 3, 6, 7, 10 and 11. So at second bit position we have R2. This we have to find out. At third bit position we have 1, and at sixth bit position we have 0. At seventh we have 1. At 10th we have 0, and at 11th we have 1. Now again we are following even parity. How many number of ones are there? 1, 2 and 3 number of ones are there. So to make it even parity, how many bits we have to add? Now 1 bit has to be added. So now the final value of R2 will be 1. So see here, the value of R2 now we have done is 1. I hope you got it, right? So now what we have to find out next? We have to find the value of R4. So similarly for R4, which bit position we will be checking? 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So for R4, let us see the bit positions at 4, 5, 6, 7. At 4th position we have R4. At 5th position we have 0. At 6th we have 0. And 7th we have 1. So we are following even parity. So how many number of 1 should be there? Even. But here only one number of 1, which is odd. So to make it even, we have to add another number of 1 also. So the value of R4 will be now 1. Clear? So how about R8? So for R8, which values we are going to consider here? 8, 9, 10, 11, right? So for R8, what we will be doing? We will be considering 8, 9, 10, 11. So 8th bit is R8, 9th bit is 1, 10th bit is 0 and 11th bit is 1. So among this, to make this even parity, so how many number of ones are there? 2 number of ones are there. So to make this even parity, what should we do? We have to put a value called 0, right? So the R8 value will be 0. So finally, now we got the R1 value 0, R2 value 1, R4 value, what is the R4 value here? R4 value is also, we got 1 and R8 value we got 0. So finally the data that is transferred from the sender will be the combination of the original data bits plus redundant bits. Here do remember the data bits and redundant bits are not separated. The data bits and redundant bits are mixed with each other. So now this 1 to 11 number of bits is a combination of data bits and redundant bits. So this is the final message sent by the sender using the Hamming code. So now what we have to do? We have to check at the receiver, that is if there is any change in bits in this particular data unit, we have to detect the error. Not only detecting, now we should be able to correct the error also. So we should be able to detect at which bit positions there is an error occurred. So now let us see that one also. Now we have to do error detection and correction, right? Let us assume that the 6th bit in the original data has been changed from 0 to 1. See, this is the 6th bit, this is the original data. So this 1 to 11 bits are original data and this is our received data by the receiver. See, the 6th bit has been changed from 0 to 1. So now the hardware at the receiver side must be able to detect that there is an error in the 6th bit position, right? So let us now see how the hardware will be detecting that there is error at the 6th bit position and it is going to correct that. So we know that R1 bits we have to check them at 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11 positions, R2 at 2, 3, 6, 7, 10, 11 positions, R4 at 4, 5, 6, 7 positions, R8 at 8, 9, 10, 11 positions. Okay, now let us see for R1. So we have to check at 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 and 11 positions. We are following which parity? Even parity. So check the total number of ones here. How many number of ones are there? Okay, 1, 2, 3 and 4 number of ones. As we are following even parity, so we have to write the 0. Okay. Now for R2, we have to check here 2, 3, 6, 7, 10, 11. So 2, 3, 6, 7, 10 and 11. How many number of ones are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 number of ones are there. So as we are following even parity, to make it even parity, what we have to add? 1, right? For R4 now. So R4 should be checked at 4th position, 5th position, 6th position and 7th position. How many number of ones are there? 3. So for even parity we have to add another 1. Okay. For R8 at 8, 9, 10, 11. That is 8, 9, 10, 11. So how many number of ones are there? 2. So to make it even parity we have to add 0. Okay. So now we have got the values of R1 as 0, R2 as 1, R4 as 1 and R8 as 0. So we have to represent this in this manner. R8, R4, R2, R1. What is the R8 value? 0. R4 value 1 here. R2 value 1 here and R1 value 0. Okay. So what is the decimal representation of this 0, 1, 1, 0? The decimal representation is 6. So now the receiver hardware is able to detect the error, that the error occurred at which bit position? At the 6th bit position. See, this is the information received by the receiver hardware, right? Okay. So now as it has detected that the error is at the 6th position, so to correct this error, what the receiver hardware will do? Simply it will flip the 1 bit with the 0 bit and now it sends the information to the receiver. So the beauty of this Hamming code technique is that this Hamming code technique, when it is implemented in hardware, the code is corrected before the receiver knows that there is error. That is, the hardware at the receiver side will simply detect and correct the code before the receiver knows about it. That is, the receiver thinks that it has got the correct information because the hardware at the receiver side has done all the processing. So this is how we are going to detect and correct the error using the Hamming code technique. Thank you.